roster rotation in Suicide Squad happens pretty often. But to push the story forward, the team has to work with different heroes or somewhat heroes. It's fun to see some goody two-shoes squirm in their seats for the greater good, which is why we here at GameMate came up with a short list of characters we hope to see in the much-awaited Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We also made a list of villains we want to see in the game, so check it out. Without further ado, let's get to it. Number 5. Bronze Tiger. Ben Turner is a man who seeks to control his rage through martial arts. Years of training have made him one of the deadliest fighters in the DC universe, even defeating Batman on multiple occasions. He later adopted the name Bronze Tiger to use his skills for good, and became one of the first recruits for Amanda Waller's Task Force X. Being a proficient fighter, it would be ideal to include him in the team. You may think, how can a man fight off an army of aliens with his fists? Well, in some interpretations, Bronze Tiger wields claws, similar to Wolverine, which can be adapted for some badass hack-and-slash gameplay. If this still sounds boring to you, Bronze Tiger had a totem at some point that allowed him to transform into a humanoid tiger, which can spice things up in the fight against Brainiac. Plus, Bronze Tiger has already appeared in the Arkhamverse in the 2013 side-scrolling game Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. He was later seen with Amanda Waller in the game's post-credit scene with Deadshot, so it makes more than enough sense for him to make a comeback. Number 4. Vixen. While traditionally a member of the Justice League, Vixen was part of Task Force X in the early days of her career, even building a relationship with Bronze Tiger at some point. Vixen has the power to draw the abilities of any animal that has ever lived on the planet thanks to the magic of the Tantu Totem. For instance, she can use the strength and even the weight of an elephant or the speed of a cheetah. Rocksteady can play around with Vixen's abilities and make her a powerhouse capable of using various class attributes. Plus, it would be interesting to have another hero help the squad take down the league. And if they want to, Vixen has a history with Jon Stewart, so seeing them interact and duke it out as a couple would be entertaining as hell.
Long time no talk, John.
I meant to call you, Mari.
I'm not the type who waits by the phone.
There are endless possibilities for gameplay, and the only limit is Rocksteady's imagination. Number 3. Killer Frost. Okay, we get that Killer Frost is technically a villain, but ever since her appearance in the Flash TV show, Caitlin Snow has taken a more anti-hero role in the comics. She was even recruited by the Dark Knight as part of the Justice League of America. Killer Frost has the ability to absorb heat around her and other humans to stay alive. Doing so grants her the ability to freeze enemies, generate ice shards as melee weapons and projectiles, and create an icy defensive wall. These skills alone make her a perfect candidate as one of the playable characters in the game. Like Bronze Tiger, Killer Frost has appeared in the Arkhamverse, but this time in the spin-off animated movie, Batman Assault on Arkham, alongside King Shark, though the events may be retconned since King Shark, spoilers, dies in the movie. Still, Rocksteady could bring her back to extend the team's roster and add variety in gameplay. Number 2. Lobo. Lobo is one of DC's most popular characters, and it is a crime that he is not in more mediums. The main man deserves to be in more things, dude. Lobo is an interstellar merc and an infamous bounty hunter. He has a penchant for killing and is armed to the teeth. Lobo flies solo most of the time, but he has on occasion joined a couple of groups, most recently Batman's Justice League of America, along with Vixen and Killer Frost. He possesses extraordinary strength on a similar level to Superman, and a healing factor that is arguably better than Wolverine and Deadpool combined. Including him in the roster will provide endless fun in taking on Brainiac's army of drones. Plus, Rocksteady has shown its ability to incorporate vehicles in its games, so it would be wise to feature Lobo's Space Hog as a form of transportation. And before we head on to top 1, here are a few honorable mentions. Katana. Tatsuya Mashiro wields a mystical sword called the Soul Taker, which takes the soul of whoever is struck with the weapon. Katana is also a great martial artist and has worked with Batman on multiple occasions. Her inclusion in Task Force X would be a great callback to classic comics, promote inclusivity in the roster, and add tons more entertainment. Catwoman. Selina Kyle would never call herself a hero, but in some ways, shape or form, she has proven herself worthy of the title, having fought alongside the Cape Crusader on multiple occasions, most notably in Arkham City and Arkham Knight. Rocksteady has shown what they can do with Catwoman in their previous titles. We had our fair share of fun traversing through Arkham City and taking down criminals, so it would be awesome to see her again fight alongside Task Force X. Arsenal. Roy Harper was initially a sidekick to DC's Emerald Archer, Green Arrow. For many years, he helped protect Star City under the name Speedy. Much like his friend Nightwing, he later transitions from a sidekick to a full-fledged hero, calling himself Arsenal. Like Green Arrow, Roy is a trained fighter and a highly skilled archer. Assuming that the League and other superhero teams are all hands on deck during the events of the game, it would be the perfect opportunity to include Arsenal in the roster as well. He can use his marksman skills and wide range of trick arrows to help the squad in stopping Brainiac's invasion. And finally, coming in hot, number 1, Red Hood. For our last pick, we really want to see Batman's prodigal son, the outlaw himself, Red Hood. Jason Todd was formerly Batman's second Robin, who suffered a terrible fate at the hands of the Joker. He later returned to Gotham under the guise of Arkham Knight, hell-bent on making Batman pay for what had happened to him. The Cape Crusader puts a stop to Jason's plans and later convinces him that he is not beyond saving. Jason returns soon after and saves Batman from Scarecrow. Having been inspired by the Dark Knight, Jason becomes a vigilante, unafraid to do what is necessary to stop crime. It would be a delight if he makes a return to Suicide Squad. It's entertaining to think how Red Hood would interact with a bunch of criminals who he thinks deserve to be 6 feet under.
Maybe killing you will change that.
Rocksteady can also set up his story as a redemption arc for his deeds as the Arkham Knight. If you think about it, he's basically the Batman with guns. So he's all good to go out for a war. There you have it. We cannot wait for Suicide Squad to be released, and are truly hoping that we can play as these guys in stopping Brainiac, or at the very least, make a cameo appearance. Still be cool to play as them though. So did we miss anyone? Who do you want to see in Suicide Squad? Let us know in the comments below. Till then, this is GameMate Information Station signing off.